What's up, guys? It's your boy Cam, and I'm here with NXT Takeover Inferno. So let's get right into it. We spice it up here tonight, and we start with the match. In a decent match, Dragon Lee defeated Warhorse in 12:24 by pinfall with the Operation Dragon. Dragon Lee 83, Warhorse 39. Just a match to give Dragon Lee some momentum. I've been looking at wrestlers all on my roster and see who's had matches and who hasn't had matches. So who's had matches and who hasn't had matches as of late. And we just kick off the show with a good match. Dragon Lee, one of the best wrestlers on the roster. 83, Warhorse, somebody that I want to push. 39. Pretty good match. Pretty great rating. Ilya and Imperium decimate Warhorse by ringside, with Marcel Bartel give him an uppercut, sending him over the barricade. Imperium surround the ring, and Ilya says that Dragon is all alone and no one's here to save him. Dragon makes them a proposition. Ilya and Imperium versus him and two partners of his choosing next week. Ilya tells Dragon he has a deal, and Ilya tells Imperium to stand down. They walk up the rampway. So who are Dragon's partners? So it looks like Imperium was going ahead and finish the job off on Dragon, but Dragon says, how about this? Let's make it a fair fight. Me and two partners of my choosing versus y'all three, since y'all want to be the keepers of the mat, the people that want to purify the ring. How about me and my partners versus y'all three next week in the main event? Spoilers, it's going to be in the main event. I'm not going to say who it is, but it's going to be in the main event. So pretty great rating, and we have a match confirmed for next week. 81, man, these matches are doing amazing. So coming back from commercial break, Leon Ruff, who's supposed to be on screen, but Leon Ruff is in the ring for his match against Bull, but when he's jumped by Legado del Fantasma, Santos grabs Leon and gives him a phantom driver, while Raul and Joaquin give him dual splashes. Santos grabs the mic and says, Adam, last week you thought you were going to embarrass me? Santos Escobar? Santos says, I'm not leaving this ring until you face me mano a mano. And Adam comes out with the sling, and Adam stands on the ramp. And, the crowd's like, okay, Adam, go in there and face them. And Adam removes his sling, and like, he's about to do it. And Adam grabs the mic and says, he's not stupid. He's not going to jump in there 3v1. He's going to face him at TakeOver. Adam leaves, and Santos smiles and says, I knew it. Adam was scared all along. And Santos and Legado del Fantasma leave the ring and stand on the rampway. They go to leave, but when they stand on the rampway, Joaquin eats a super kick from Adam Cole. Adam Cole, little switch and bait and switch on there. He said he wasn't going to do it, but he hit him when they weren't looking, and he gave Joaquin Wild a super kick. So, Adam Cole trying to get the one up on Legado del Fantasma 2 weeks in a row. We'll see what happens in our main event. In our main event will be Yori Katsumatsu versus Santos Escobar. So Santos is not having a good start to his night. 29. Yeah, this match didn't do so well, but it's all about building up Bivens Enterprises. So, and about that didn't have much heat but terrible wrestling. Chase Parker, Matt Martell, and Brian Pillman Jr. defeated Benjamin Carter, Shane Thorne, and Mansoor. In 8:30 when Brian Pillman defeated Benjamin Carter with a Tornado DDT. Brian Pillman 33, Matt Martell 36. Chase Parker, 41. Okay, pretty good. Mansoor, 33. Shane, 38. And Benjamin, 28. Malcolm Bivens did some good work at ringside. That's what I care about. Gimmick changes. Okay. Benjamin Carter debuted his old school face gimmick. Got a rating. Good. So, yeah, just a match. I knew it wasn't going to be good, but just trying to build up Bivens Enterprises. 73K, the angles are on point tonight. So Bivens tells Dunn that this has been in the works for weeks. He's talking about what happened when Brian Pillman Jr. and Everrise joined Bivens Enterprises. Malcolm says Bivens Enterprises are going to be running roughshod over NXT, and they're going to start with Pete Dunne. Malcolm says Pete Dunne is too naive to see the greatness that's in his ring. You could have had it all, Pete, but now you won't have anything. But we'll see. You'll see our greatness at TakeOver when you face Brian Pillman Jr. It's such a shame because the Bruiserweight of Bivens Enterprises has a ring to it. It does have a ring to it. And Pete Dunne is in the crowd, putting his fist on his chin, signaling that he'll be ready at TakeOver. So we'll begin Brian Pillman versus Pete Dunne at TakeOver. I think that's going to be a decent match, even though Brian Pillman isn't the most over. I think Pete Dunne can help carry him to a good match. 62. Okay, in a decent match, Kushida defeated the Fixer Arya Davari in 8-11 by pinfall at the Supernova Press. I never seen uh, Kushida put that move before. Okay, it's good to see that him doing something else besides the hoverboard lock or some type of submission move. Kushida 68, the Fixer Arya Davari 39, and those wondering why is Arya Davari quote unquote the Fixer, I'm giving Arya Davari a new gimmick. And for those that don't know, I have a B show called NXT Explosion, and Arya Davari is going to be the Fixer, and it's going to be in his name, so people hire him to help them out in their situations. And nobody hired Arya Davari, but I needed another match, and I thought this would be pretty good. So Kushida defeated Arya Davari, and Arya Davari is going to be getting a gimmick change, or is in the process of doing his gimmick change. And he's going to be wearing a suit down the ring, not like Baron Corbin in his Applebee's outfit, but a suit and tie. And when he's in the ring, he'll take off the jacket, but he'll still have the pants and the long sleeve shirt and tie. After Kushida wins, Dane comes down to the ring, and Kushida stands in the ring waiting for him. Bo slides in the ring with the steel chair coming to Kushida's aid, and Dane, look at his 2v1, says, "At TakeOver, your lapdog won't be there to save you." And Dane exits the stage. So Bo comes to the aid of Kushida, and Dane says, "Your lapdog Bo won't be able to help you at TakeOver." So Dane looks like he accepts Kushida's challenge. So we have Kushida versus Killian Dane in a street fight. And yep, pretty much it. 80. So Keith Lee with stitches on his arms comes down. Keith Lee with stitches on his arm and his face come out and beelines to the ring. Keith says, "Dom, I don't know what's gotten into you, and quite frankly, after what happened last week, I don't care. Once you put your hands on me, our friendship was thrown out the window." Keith says, "Years of friendship thrown out for this title, then so be it. If I can't talk sense into you, Dom, maybe I'll beat it out of you." And Keith and Ken Shamrock and Dominic Dijakovic walk out. Ken tells Keith to calm down. Ken says, "You were told or else. We don't hear all this bullcrap about friendship. 20 years down the line, when people look back and say, Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic were great friends. No. Titles is what really matters. Dom will snap your ankles, and he will crush your spirit at TakeOver." So Ken Shamrock kind of getting real with Keith Lee. People don't remember the friendships in wrestling. It's all about the titles. I mean, people will remember the friendships, but from Ken Shamrock's point of view, it's all about the titles, and Kim is right. So we're going to get Dominic Dijakovic versus Keith Lee for the television championship. 70, pretty good match. This show has been on point. And about to have good heat and decent wrestling. Mayu Albertani defeated Layla Hirsch in 14-22 by pinfall through Dragon Suplex. Mayu just kicking out amazing ratings. 80, that's why I put the title on her. And Layla Hirsch, 41. 86. So Tegan says Mayu is the best in the world because she holds that championship. Not they, but that championship. Tegan says she's encountered setback after setback, and now she'll finally get her vindication. Mayu has fought other wrestlers, but she never fought a fighter like Tegan. Knox says those other women don't understand what she's been through, and that's what gives her her edge. She knows to come back from the stroke. She knows how to come back from ACL tear, not knowing if you will be able to wrestle again. She's in the ring right now facing for the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver in Your House. That's what gives her her edge. She says winning at TakeOver in Your House is the reward for all her struggles, and she'll give it her all at TakeOver. 60. So Leo and Trey Miguel cut a dual promo, and Trey says they work hard to get here and won't be talked down by some veterans who can't light a candle to them. So they're talking about Tony Nese and Brian Kendrick. Leo says that they are the men of the hour, that this is their time. Leo says, "You don't like it? How about you win some matches?" So yeah, they kind of cutting deep into Tony Nese and Brian Kendrick. They don't win a lot of matches, but that's why you don't get TV time if you don't win a lot of matches, and that's what Trey Miguel and Leo Rush are saying. So we'll see what Brian Kendrick and Tony Nese say about this. 29. Yeah. And about that didn't have much heat in Turbo Wrestling. Indy Hartwell defeated Rachel Evers in 9-20 by submission. Indy Hartwell 31, Rachel Evers 34. Just a match to give Indy Hartwell on Thunder, even though she's been a mainstay in my B show. I wanted to see if she has decent ratings and do people still care about her. But people still think this is a pre-show match. So I'm still trying to figure out ways to push Indy Hartwell. I think she has a lot of potential. 74. Regal excoriates Tenille for what she did. Basically, what Tenille did, she threw Rhea Ripley through the glass door of the arena last week. And Regal says she ought to have her suspended and luckily not arrested. Tenille says she had to give Rhea a statement to show that she's not the same woman from years past. And Regal says Tenille that what Tenille did gave Rhea Ripley 30 stitches. And he says whatever she thought is not worth that much. And Regal says that for what happened last week, Rhea wants Tenille in an unsanctioned lights out match. And Regal says he's going to give it to her. Tenille's beside herself because she thought maybe she'll soften up Rhea Ripley for TakeOver if Rhea Ripley's even able to come. But now it's going to be an unsanctioned lights out match. And you know, Tenille, she's not happy about this. But a motorcycle pulls up and it's it's Michelle Thomas. Regal and Tenille look on. Michelle hands Tenille her helmet and says, "Valet that for me, will you?" And tosses her the keys. And Tenille says, Does anyone know who I am around here? So a little bit of levity on what was a major announcement. Tenille, Rhea Ripley, unsanctioned lights out match. And Michelle Thomas, we'll see what happens with her. But Michelle gave Rhea Ripley, she thought Tenille Dashwood was valet. And Tenille still thinks people don't know who she is. And that's the reason why she attacked Rhea Ripley. Because Rhea Ripley didn't give her her respect. 54, speaking of respect. Chelsea interrupts the announcer, says no one cares what they have to say. Chelsea says she tells the camera guy to put the camera on her. So she says that Renee got herself a couple of friends. Pretty clever. But not clever enough. Chelsea says that Renee has to understand that what she did was business. All she is business. Chelsea doesn't care about Renee because she has some of the baddest women in the locker room by her side. Chelsea says Renee is just a stepping stone for the Robert Stone brand, and for the beautiful people. So Chelsea says, it's nothing personal. All it was business. And Renee comes from the other side of the entranceway. Renee comes out with Kaden and Casey by her side, and they have a face-off with Chelsea, Tate, and Paris. Renee snatches the mic from Chelsea and says, "We don't care about your business. We care about our respect, and we will get that one way or another." So Chelsea and the Robert Stone brand, Chelsea, Robert Stone, and the beautiful people leave, while Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter have a match against Io Shirai and Kamiko Asahara. 64. Okay, Io was off her game. In a decent match, Io Shirai and Kamiko Asahara defeated Ninja Warriors in 12-18 when Kamiko Asahara pinned Casey Catanzaro with the Crash Rabbit Heat. Okay, interesting name. And in terms of airing work, Io Shirai was head and shoulders above everyone else. Oh my gosh, Io Shirai with the 84, Kamiko Asahara with the great 60, Kaden and Casey both have 31 respectively, but Kaden's getting better at her gimmick along with Kamiko Asahara. Io Shirai shown in this match. I'll say the woman had an 84 and she was really off her game. What is her on game? Is that a 90? Goodness. Io Shirai is just amazing. What was amazing was his rating as well. So Io and Kamiko win the match, but the lights go out. Alyssa Flash and Rosemary are right behind them. Rosemary gives Io an Olympic slam while Alyssa puts Kamiko in a rear naked choke. Rosemary makes Io watch as Kamiko slowly passing out. Rosemary then drops Io as Alyssa. Rosemary then drops Io as Alyssa and Rosemary stand strong heading into the tag team match. 72. So we see an interview earlier today. Motor City Machine Gun says that they know that they can't buy a win right now, but that isn't going to stop them from being the best in the world. Alex says, GYV, you want to make a name for yourselves? And then Chris says, then face us at TakeOver. Motor City Machine Gun do their signature pose, and then they leave. So Motor City Machine Gun says, Grizzly Young Veterans, you want to make the tag team division better? We know we can't make a win. We can't get a win right now. But how about you face us at TakeOver to make a name for yourselves? We'll see what Grizzly Young Veterans have to say about that. 68, okay, pretty good match. I'm pretty sure that match was a little bit inhibited by the finish, but about that had great heat and good wrestling. Yori Katsumatsu defeated Santos Escobar in 17:44, with Santos was counted out after being attacked by Adam Cole. So Adam Cole is not done with Santos Escobar. Yori Katsumatsu 67, Santos Escobar 63, 68 rated match. Pretty good. 77 kick to end the show. Couldn't ask for anything better. So Adam isn't done with Santos as he just got him counted out. Adam and Santos brawl by ringside and it spills into the crowd. Legado del Fantasma are by ringside and they join in on beating down Adam Cole. Yuri Katsumatsu saves Adam by giving Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde a tope suicida. Adam and Santos still go at it and disappear backstage. Raul and Wilde doesn't like Yuri getting their business, so they beat him down 2-on-1. Tyler Bate comes for the save, and he gives Raul Mendoza a springboard clothesline, and Joaquin Wilde leaves the ring because he says, you know what? I don't want any part of this. And Tyler helps Yuri Katsumatsu up, and Tyler Bate and Legado del Fantasma have history stemming from NXT TakeOver Legacy, and they start to have words. But Yuri Katsumatsu out of nowhere gives Tyler Bate a dragon suplex, and Yuri then tells Tyler, that's why I'm the best wrestler in the world. And for those that didn't know, Tyler Bate clothesline Yuri Katsumatsu saying that he wants to remind everyone that he still has it as a singles. And Yuri kind of got back at him, says, I'm still the best wrestler in the world. So Adam Cole came across well and improvised well through the segment. I thought every rating hit pretty good. Even though the squash match didn't do as good, still trying to build up superstars, but all the ratings deliver what they're supposed to do. I'm pretty sure we get it, 75? Pretty good show. So tell me what you thought down below. I'll see you when I see you. Have a good one.